everybody, it's Laura Parke with PrivateScubaLessons.com. I'm filming to you today live from a city that I live in and love is Dania Beach, Florida. Why do I love this city so much? Because there's 3 natural wetland preserves that will never have development put on there. If you look behind me, and I'm going to step away from the camera just for a second, you can see the natural mangrove trees. And they grow up out of the salt water and they form a root system which actually protects fish and crabs and all kinds of other marine life to develop. It allows them to be protected from the winds and the waves so that they can grow up and be big and strong and reproduce. It's very important though today that everyone practices conservation. In light of the BP oil spill, hundreds of turtles, thousands of fish and porpoises were killed from the pollution. It's even more important today to keep these animals protected and to keep them reproducing, because once they're extinct, they're gone forever. There's no way of replenishing them. Science has not been able to duplicate the habitats exactly. So I'm asking you and I'm begging you today to care enough to care about wildlife. Up here on my whiteboard is the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. And this is a number everyone should carry in their cell phone at all times, because the time that you don't carry it with you is the time you will probably see someone violate the fish and game laws, which I'm going to address briefly. The number is a toll-free number, 888-404-3922. And please go get your cell phone right now while I'm speaking to you and put that permanently in your phone. It's for all Florida residents. You can call anywhere in the state of Florida to report injury to wildlife or any violations. It says fish and wildlife because a lot of fish here in Florida do have size limits, and people not only fish but they spearfish and they kill creatures that are not legal size. Groupers are game fish that a lot of people have eaten, and they need to be at least 22 inches long before you can stick a spear in them. Things look bigger under the water because the water magnifies the object, but I'm here to tell you today, whether a fish or a lobster looks like you have to measure them, they are too small, okay? Groupers have to be 22 inches long. Snappers have to be at least 12 inches long. And yellowtail, which are a member of the snapper family, have to be 12 inches long. Now, a lot of people think it's funny to take a lobster or spearfish that's barely legal size, okay? Oh, he was just about to be full size. Who cares? Well, that extra little ½ inch will probably take a fish at least another year, half a year to grow, and think of all the eggs it could lay. A fish, when it lays eggs, lays over 300,000 eggs. And that's a lot of fish, and most of those do not make it, okay? They get eaten by other fish, and I have heard that it takes 7 years for a Florida lobster to become legal size. A legal size Florida lobster has to be 3 inches from between the eyes to the beginning of the carapace, which is the tail. And 3 inches is exactly the measurement of my hand right here. So people think that they look at a lobster, they're all legal size. I'm here to tell you today with my expertise in scuba diving that if you have to look like you have to measure a lobster, it is too small. Don't waste your air trying to catch it. People not only do that, but once they catch them, their antennas and their feet get caught up in the net, and not only that, it damages the lobster. So they can't reproduce. It traumatizes them, okay? You are not allowed to take a lobster that's less than 3 inches long. You're not allowed to take a female with eggs, and you are not allowed to take more than 6 per day. Not only that, you may not harvest them in off-season, and Florida lobsters are only caught between the months of the beginning of August through the end of March. Otherwise, it is illegal to take them, and people have been caught poaching, which is off-season harvesting. Not only that, people take 6 lobsters, they'll go in, dump them off at their house or their car, and then go back out and catch 6 more per person. And I'm here to tell you today that is illegal. That's poaching, really. Per day doesn't mean you can go in, drop them off, and go back out, okay? I'm asking you to live with integrity and conservationism because I have lived here most of my life. There are not as many lobsters here as when I was a little kid, okay? You rarely even see a lobster today when you go diving, okay? That's how few they are. And they need your protection, they need your care and concern. Last week when I was diving, we found 3 beautiful conch shells, and it is against the law to harvest a queen conch because they are an endangered species as well. But I saw 2 experienced scuba divers go over, and they were about to take the living shell and put it in their bag, okay? That is again against the law. And I made a noise with him, and I let him know, I wrote on my slate that that is illegal. And just to make sure that he didn't come out of it, I did call this number and reported a violation because he shouldn't have even picked it up and want to put it in his bag. I'm asking you to care enough to care, because if you don't, who will? This is Laura Parke with PrivateScubaLessons.com. Thanks for watching.